think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit. Now I got him on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the three. I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, I just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. So I got them like whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. Now I got them like lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. So I got them like whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. Now I got them right. Shit, I've been tryna make these hits. I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit. Now I got them on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the three. I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, I just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. So I got them like whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. Now I got them like lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. So I got them like whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. Now I got them right. Shit, I've been tryna make these hits. I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit. Now I got them on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the three. I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, I just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. So I got them like whoa, whoa, I can never let it go, whoa. Now I got them like front of three. I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, dog, just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got them like, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got them like, lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got them like, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got them right. Shit, I've been tryna make these hits. I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit. Now I got them on the wrist. Feel like Curry front of three. I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, dog, just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got them like, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got them like, lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got them like, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got them right. Shit, I've been tryna make these hits. I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit. Now I got them on the wrist. Feel like Curry front of three. I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, dog, just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got them like, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got them like,
Yo, what's good, everybody? We back. What another Music Monday on this Monday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if y'all haven't done so already, man. My name is Jeremy Jones, and of course, y'all know I make content about sneakers and, of course, occasional try-on hauls. And, of course, now Y'all are welcome to Music Mondays, man. Gonna be a quick live, hopefully, just a quick vibe out. Dunk should be joining us shortly. I think Dunk said he had to hit us with overtime, so Dunk's out there getting that bread, so you know he's doing his things. But y'all see the topic, man. Not too many people stepped in this week because I think, honestly, the main focus this week is kind of sneakers, man. But this happened last week. I want to say around March 1st is when the news broke out that Travis Scott was accused of assaulting a nightclub worker and apparently throwing phones. So I kind of want to just touch on that because the reason I wanted to touch on this one as well is because we are anticipating some Travis Scott sneakers to drop this month. If not this month, pretty much sometime next month. But I have a feeling they were going to hit us on the Travis Scott website. But with all these kind of altercations, and I feel like Travis Scott has been doing his very best to keep a low profile. And in my opinion, I think Travis Scott has always kept a low profile if we're going to keep it 100, man. But whenever he hits the news, and he hits it hard for something extreme, like extreme. If we can think of back to Astroworld, and I want to look up the dates of when Astroworld actually like popped off, because if I'm not mistaken, it's been pretty much slightly over a year since Astroworld, which I think it was 2021, but it could have been, because I don't think it was 2022. So I want to touch on that, see where we're at with that. We got the Slayer in the building, says appreciate the content, big homie 100, with the hand emoji. No problem, homie. No problem, man. I do this for, you guys, man. Y'all keep me entertained. We working together. It's one big family over here. Like I said, Dunk should be joining us shortly. But while he's en route, I think he's coming back from the crib. We're going to kick things off, man. So if you haven't been living under a rock, like I just said, Travis Scott has been accused of assaulting a nightclub worker. And to be honest, if y'all see what I got in the thumbnail, and this is all alleged information. This is all just alleged, opinionated base. I don't know what's going on, but I think, every time Travis started to make some traction, because think about it, last time when it was pop off, it was trying to push, I believe, it's some shoes that got pushed back, and I believe it was the Air Maxes that got pushed back, and then we dropped. Actually, that's what happened. It was those Air Max joints, and then pretty much things popped off, and then what we're anticipating, I think those Black Phantoms, those end up getting pushed back. So, but this lets you know that like an artist on the level of Travis Scott, you know what I'm saying? He's got like one of the most famous baby mamas as well, because they're like pretty much Jenner and Kardashian related. You know what I'm saying? He's had to do something extremely to get in trouble. And him, if this is true, which we don't know, this is all just opinionated. If this is true, homie could, this is easily probably throwing some bread, because it looks like, right? And I don't know, but I'm no doctor. But it looks like the nightclub promoter, I'm pretty sure with the right amount. And I don't know. This is all alleged and opinionated base. I feel like, if you throw the right amount to him, he can forget the damage of equipment. But seems like the magic number, I'm going to say this, because apparently it said that he's damaged over $12,000 of equipment. So I'm going to say this. If there's a magic number out there, if I had to guess, homie wants 12 for the equipment. He's already let you know he's not taking anything less than $12,000 if he has a valid lawsuit and if there's any proof that any doubt. And sometimes these celebrities just I guess you can say it's kind of like they're being held for ransom, so to speak, allegedly. But some of them just pay it just to make it go away. And some of them take it through the ringer and lose. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of those, do you want your reputation to drag this on out? Pay this. Homie says everything was fine. We get him to sign like a non-disclosure saying he can never speak on it again. And if it sounds like I've been through this process before, it's because I have a family member that's been through a similar scenario where pretty much they, some stuff happened. They gave him a non-disclosure, paid him a specific amount, and then we were told never to ever talk about it ever. And pretty much that was it. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what goes down in this particular situation, right? And I say all that to say because I have a feeling everybody got a number. And what I was going to say, if I had to guess, and I want y'all to sign off in the chat what you think that magic number may be. But if I had to guess, right, if the dude's asking for $12,000 worth of damage in equipment, that means the damages are probably most likely close to 6, so he wants 12. But, of course, he went to the hospital. There's not a free that. I don't care if you got insurance or not. You gonna pay a little something. So he's gonna look at that bill. You know, we'll say worst case scenario, depending on what I had to do, another 10K on top of that. So that's gonna be another, you know, what we'll say what if we're at 12, that's easily 20 some $1,000s off rip. I'm just giving rough numbers right here. I'm not trying to be accurate, but I'm saying, like, if you think about it, if we're already at 12 and he throws 10 on top of it, that's gonna be 22. So 22,000. And I'm assuming he's gonna want some compensation for himself for just mental stuff. And I'm just guessing. I don't know, but I'm saying the magic number is probably like, hey, anywhere from 35 to like 40,000. We can pretend this little situation never happened. Because there is video floating around. I am going to show the video, but I'm going to play it on mute because y'all know how I'm going to play the audio, but sometimes it doesn't always come through. And this is my thing. I'm going to play it on mute just for the simple fact that I don't want that copyright strike as well, because sometimes YouTube, they pick and choose. Like every last one of these Music Mondays, I've had to almost pretty much challenge them. They get approved, but it's like, you know, it can take anywhere from like what? 3 to 5 business days for YouTube to like approve it. So I mean, no complaints on my end. I'm just saying it's kind of one of those. That's why I try to tread lightly on Music Mondays. But I'm gonna share my screen on a couple things right here. This is one from March 2nd. I want to read through this article. Pretty much, like I said, the guy spoken out. This is kind of all happened last week. So we're starting March out with a bang music-wise, right? And to keep it 100, things have been pretty quiet music-wise as far as like drama-wise. What up, Manny? Got Manny in the building. Dunk should be coming through in a second. I was just about to share my screen. Let me hit the chat. Let me share my screen. Then we're gonna keep things moving right here. Boom. So right here, this is what it is. Travis. It seems like just like Travis was getting some traction, now he's back in the news for this joint, man. And I will say this because he's got some shoes. They're supposed to be. I'm just curious too. This is why I put it in the title. I'm very curious if this is going to pretty much delay the shoes, because it's a possibility, because you know Jordan Brand don't like to be attached to any type of negative publicity, and we can think of like Ja Morant as well. So I mean, and you see how quickly he switched his tune, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna touch on this article. I got several articles I want to touch to. I think they're all pretty much gonna lead down to the same thing, but I'm just curious real quick. We says Travis Scott accused of assaulting nightclub worker, calls incident a misunderstanding. This is my thing. I'm just curious because everybody's saying somebody touched somebody. I'm very curious if somebody had hands put on him, because a guy went to the hospital, right? We got a video of that floating around, so I'm very curious. But we'll see right here. Let's see. NYPD are investigating claims that Travis Scott assaulted a sound technician at New York nightclub on March 1st. I think, yeah. So pretty much that's where it all started from. Pretty much New York City, your city, Manny with the kicks. Manny with the kicks says 50K and call it a day. Drop the Jordan 1's low olive. That's simple, huh? It's my thing. If it goes away, right? Because he's wanted for questioning, but obviously, let's just throw this out there. He's wanting for questioning, which he's going to show up with his attorney from what I've seen. Just because he's wanting for questioning, they just want to ask him some questions to complete the investigation. I think because this is my thing. If there was a video of him physically touching somebody, that would have made the internet first, right? And this is just my opinion and just alleged. I feel like that would have made the internet first. You know what I'm saying? Anytime there's a fight, you can't wait to get it out of there. You know what I'm saying? I'll be damned. Because my thing is, if he was already showing signs of annoyance, the sound technician and him and them two weren't getting along, somebody already had the camera on. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say. Everybody, oh, they're yelling, cut your camera on. That's when people don't think to go break it up. I would, but that's just me. But I will say that people don't think that deep into it. They just want to get the moment, you know? And I think TMZ broke it first. But I want to say this. So rapper Travis Scott has been accused of assaulting a sound engineer and causing $12,000, nearly $1,600, So, okay. So is it $12,000 or nearly $16,000? Sounds like homie wants some new equipment is what it sounds like to me. Because he says nearly $16,350 in damages to AV equipment in a New York nightclub early Wednesday morning. Which, this is the thing, I don't even think it was his show. He was just showing up as a special guest, is what I got from it from my research. But I'm going to dissect all these articles. I got plenty of tabs up here, so I want to really break this down and make sure I got a full understanding on it. Because I noticed now that Travis, I don't know what it is, his name, to make the news, he got to do something really extreme. And, usually he's in the news for, a new baby or something like that. But, other than Astro World, and to keep it 100, to be fair, to not to pick sides or anything like that, Travis has been keeping a low profile. You know what I'm saying? He just literally seemed like Travis just been getting bread and getting out the way. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you want to be. So, and now I will say this. There's 3 sides to every story. There's Travis' side, this nightclub engineer side, and then there's, in the middle lies the truth. And that's the thing. So I'm curious, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, if you look at him from the hospital bed, homie couldn't even, he was saying like pretty much his neck, and then somebody's like, oh yeah, in your arm. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's like they were just creating stuff right up on the spot, if you ask me, right? I don't know. But that's just what it looked like from the outside looking in. I don't know. I wasn't there, and this is all alleged. But it says the New York Police Department is currently investigating the allegations against Scott, who is 31 years old now. Okay. There are no official charges as of yet, and he has not been named a formal suspect. Okay, so yeah, honestly, he may get out of this joint with even a little bit of less. You know what I'm saying? But if he's got an attorney involved, that's already. But he has an attorney on payroll, I'm sure. So it's not a major. He's already got an attorney on payroll for expenses like this. You know what I'm saying? It's just like now the attorney officially has to work. I guess that's the thing we got to look at here. So let me hit this again. Says an unnamed sound engineer at Club Nebula in Midtown Manhattan alleges Scott punches him in the face following a verbal argument shortly before 3:30 a.m. He claims the rapper also damaged a speaker and video screen in the nightclub. Scott's lawyer, Mitchell Scudster, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, did not deny the allegations, but called the incident a misunderstanding in a statement. Oh, they finna throw some money. Because it's like, yeah, even if this is true, your attorney, right? As a person who's had several attorneys, I want to say anywhere from 6 to 7. Yeah. One thing they try to look, and I don't want to speak on my situation, but I would say with attorneys in general, man, they try to do the best bang for your buck, so to speak. What's the best outcome? They a lot of these attorneys, right, from what I catch from it, and I'm just gonna speak for myself and what I just said, a lot of attorneys don't ever want to go to trial. I mean, are those ones who don't mind, but majority of them want you to settle. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they know. It's my thing. Put it this way. Say, cool, we'll take it to trial. Whatever homie got, I'm fighting it all the way. I got the bread. You know what I'm saying? That easily where, like, we'll just throw the number that Manny threw out there. Let's say $50K settle it a day, right? Let's say he doesn't want to take the quote-unquote cheap route, $50K plus his attorney fee. Let's say, cool, I'm going to take the trial. I want to give this, anything, right? At that point, cool. When you take it to trial, trials are very expensive. You know what I'm saying? That $50K just turned into $100 because now the attorney need extra, right? Because there's going to be a retainer fee. Even if you got one on payroll, I guarantee you it's going to be something where they be like, yo, we need something, right? And I guarantee you, Travis Scott, attorney fees, his lawyer's retainer fee, I guarantee you is not the typical $3,500 that we're used to. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of money. Just saying, you know what I'm saying? They gonna want more than that. And that's just a rough estimate. I don't know what all attorneys charge. I'm just saying, like, usually if they have to take you to, if you have to go to court or if you have to go to trial, attorney ain't finna work for nothing. You're not getting, you know what I'm saying? That's why when people, one thing that always kind of throws me off too, people always are quick to say, I'll sue you, I'll do this, I'll get a lawyer. Like, okay, cool. Do you got lawyer money though? You know what I'm saying? Some of us do, some of us don't. This is just my opinion, but it's my thing. When somebody threatens to take you to court, sometimes you gotta really, and that's what I think. We can even bring this back to a certain situation with certain sneaker YouTube where there was legal fees and legal situations involved. You know, one individual was already prepared and had their lawyer on payroll already, or prepared to pay that money because they had got tired of the situation. We ain't got to say no names. And then the other people, you know, they probably was saying, yeah, I'll get one too, until they realize like how much an attorney actually charges. Attorneys are not free and they're not cheap. And even a cheap attorney, right, still charge a lot of money in my world, right? I'll just say in my world. I'm going to use my own pockets. I know personally, I don't have the cheap ones. I don't have the above average ones. And I don't have the quote unquote best ones. You know what I'm saying? So much so, I'm still recovering from it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm okay and I'm all right, but I'm just saying, like, that's why I told y'all, man, when my last case closed, I don't want no more. I don't had enough. You know what I'm saying? So, but Travis' pockets are way deeper than mine, right? I would assume, right? And I don't know, but I'm assuming they're way deeper. So, but I guarantee you that like I said, the payroll is definitely different. But I'm going to read what this says right here. While this is clearly a misunderstanding being blown out of proportion by clickbait and misinformation, we are actively working with the venue and law enforcement to resolve and set the record straight. He said, we are confident our client will be cleared of all wrongdoing. Of course he will. Like, I hate to say it, this is definitely a settle. Like, this scream, like, I'm no genius, right? But this just screams settle out of court. I'm sorry. It just screams like settle mean it's going to be settled. Don't worry. Because my thing is this, and I'm going to say this. Any and everybody got a price, bro. I don't care what. And there's certain situations where money can't fix it. But I guarantee you, in this situation, money can't fix it, because at the end of the day, there may or may not have been some damage to equipment. There may or have not been like an actual physical touch to the sound engineer. We don't know. But money can definitely solve this one. This isn't like a death situation. Not to take it there, but you know what I'm saying? This is like one of those, like, from the outside looking in, it just sounds like a rock star that just got out of control, and that's been happening year and years for now, way before Travis Scott was even Travis Scott. You know what I'm saying? The Slayer says, Travis attorneys get paid by his kicks. I mean, possibly. But I mean, his shoes, I'll say, what's the last one we seen? The last Travis's we seen was those Black Phantoms, right? They were okay. But yeah, he definitely getting paid off of that. But I mean, you know, he's not getting, he's still, let me get this. Travis Scott was the headliner for Rolling Loud, to the best of my knowledge. So, and he still performed that. Them venue was not about to get a last minute, you know, anything. You know what I'm saying? So, Travis show money is probably, you know what I'm saying? His fan base are super dedicated fans, man, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure he all right. So let me get back to the article. Rick says Scott was at Club Nebula to perform a DJ set at the after party following a concert by label mate Don Toliver. Okay, so yeah, I thought it was Don Toliver who was there. So he wanted to show up as a surprise guest from what I'm getting from it, right? It says a spokesperson from Club Nebula, Richie Romero, back Scuckler's statement and said the alleged incident between Scott and the sound engineer was aggravated in media reports. Okay, so this is my thing. If it was overly exaggerated, according to the media reports, then why do we got a guy coming speaking on the news from the hospital bed? You know what I'm saying? Who's really over exaggerating? The media? But they're probably talking to him too. It's like, hey, yeah, you, whatever you, and I don't know, right? But I'm assuming the guy from the hospital bed has had a talking to at this point, because this happened on March 1st. We're on March, 6th right now? This has been 6 days. He's definitely had a talking to. After the media people showed up, there's some other people that showed up. I don't know who. But I guarantee you there was like, I'm pretty sure some of the words were, hey, you can follow through whatever you think you're about to follow through with, and most likely get, because he's going to need an attorney too. And yes, there are some attorneys that could probably work pro bono for this guy if he don't have the money, if they can see that, hey, there's a possibility that there's money to be made in this lawsuit. But you know, right? Anytime you see somebody who gets a good attorney that works their butt off, and you know the person just truly ain't got it, not saying this guy don't got it, but it's like they're working pro bono, which basically means like this is a case where we got a deal where, say, like the attorney can get him 100,000, but by the time he rack on his attorney fees working pro bono, and I don't know, I'm just throwing out numbers and I'm just guessing and assuming, and this is all alleged. But say like he can get him 100,000 out of Travis Scott. So cool. Who you think finna get paid first? You or your attorney? If you work pro bono, if the attorney work pro bono, who you think finna get paid first? And trust me, even if you're like, well, still he'll still get the 50K he was looking for, and you know, tarnish his name, and the attorney take 50. The attorney gonna take more than 50, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, he may say, yeah, I'll just take 20%. But I guarantee there's going to be other things. There's always other things that's going to be coming up. That's going to be like, all right, cool. Well, it was this, but we need this and this and this and this. And especially if the money touches the attorney hands first. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. You've been through some legal stuff. I ain't just making this up off the top of my head. Man of the Kick says, through the Union Jordan 1 laces on the Travis Scott Jordan 1 low Phantoms to add some adobo. Okay, cool. You got to put some pics up in the Discord, Manny. Put some pics up in the Discord on them joints, cause I know you showed it, but I want to see what it is. But yeah, I ain't mean to go on that little rant right there. My bad, y'all. Let's see. This says this is blown completely out of proportion. Romero told CNN it was a great night. I'm sure it was. And then before, you know, that got into something happened. Obviously, he's trying to push it up under the rug because he's already sold. Whatever number they've told him, he's already pretty much accepted. The club owner, I'm assuming, right? Because this Romero guy, he's already accepted the deal. So I'm pretty sure at that point, he's convinced, like, okay, cool. He'll accept too if he's smart. Sky has kept mostly quiet since 10 people were killed in a crowd crush at his Astroworld concert in November 2021. Okay, yeah, so that was when it was happening. It was 2021. There were several lawsuits against Scott in relation to the Astroworld Festival, though Scott has historically denied any legal responsibility. So yeah, I thought it was already settled because it went quiet, and I'm assuming eventually people do get tired of fighting, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very curious, will that be the case? Says on Saturday, Scott will headline the Rolling Loud Festival. Yeah, he's already headlined at that joint. So I'm assuming, right? And I don't know. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be some money to be made on this one. But there's several articles been following up. I think this is the guy. Man, Travis Scott allegedly punched explains what happened in the hospital bed interview. So this is from the guy who said that all this happened, because if you look at him, he looks like, you know, quote unquote, he's in pain. I don't know. This is alleged. So I'm very curious what his take on it. Like I said, let me read through this. Now, that was what I just read. That was from March 1st. Now, this is from March 2nd, which is basically the next day. So this is this guy speaking from the hospital bed of his point of view, right? Let me hit this real quick. It says, update. In the wake of Travis Scott alleged victim speaking out, the rapper's lawyer, Mitch, has released the following statement. No charges have been filed against Travis Scott, and all reports claim otherwise are grossly inaccurate. Legal counsel for Travis Scott are actively working with the authorities and remain confident that Travis will be vindicated once all is said and done. Any statements about the indictment involving Travis are clearly an attempt to assassinize what is nothing more than a misunderstanding. Okay. So everybody, this is just the professional answer right here, and we're going to get this across the board, but I want to know what homie said, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know what he said from the hospital bed. I seen that floating around. I may even play this video. I don't know if it's going to come across to you guys on here, but I may play this joint because the sound engineer, he does look like he's in pain, but at the same time, he's in the hospital bed under a gown. So, and to be honest, if y'all notice, I will say this, he's smart. He didn't waste no time like after the assault. Like, think about it. If it happened around 3:30 a.m. in the morning, homie was in the hospital the same day. He went, it's like whatever happened, cool. Let me go straight to the hospital. He didn't waste no time, and he's like, cool. I'm gonna make sure I got a case with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we gotta give it to the sound engineer. I mean, Travis, you gotta keep in mind who you are. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you were 31 years old now, man. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep in mind, I hate to say it, you can't just put your hands on anybody. And this is my thing too, right? And I'm gonna bring this up. I just thought about this. If this is true, which we don't know, and this is all alleged, my thing is this: you put your hands on the sound engineer, but when Tory was up in your face, free Tory Lanez, you know. But when Tory was in your face, you know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? When Tory was in your face, you know, from what it looked like to me from the video that surfaced, you let what 5'3", 5'7" Tory Lanez, like, you know, get up in your face like that. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing we can bring back too. And I'm not trying to sit here and belittle Travis. I love Travis Scott music, and this is why one of the reasons I wanted to make sure Dunks hops on this one. Pause. Dunks is probably the biggest Travis Scott fan that I know, so I don't know more to it. I'm pretty sure he would have more insights at this point to kind of stop me. But let me read through this real quick. It says Travis rep Ted says has also responded to video coming out that shows parts of the alleged incident. I have the video out too. I think I'm gonna play that part just to see what it is. He says, as anyone with common sense can see. Okay, so this is common sense now, right? Obviously not. If the police still have to do the investigation. The video shows Travis DJing and Nebula proves that the incident was nothing. He says all it shows that Travis' performance was disrupted by someone aggressively in his personal space. It's a complete and utter joke. Okay, so the video shows nothing according to pretty much a rep for Travis Scott. So I guess what they're saying, because they don't see the video now, I'm assuming what Travis Scott's pretty much legal team is saying, like, okay, cool, we got you. There's not gonna, I mean, I highly doubt Travis Scott is gonna do any time or go to anything, you know what I'm saying? But this is my thing. He's gonna clearly, he gonna have to spend some bread, but it's like, dude, it ain't, you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Dude they have to hear him out because of the situation, but they're pretty much saying, like, you know, a video ain't what is gonna incriminate you unless there's another video from a different angle that comes out, which who may say that may or may not exist. You know what I'm saying? Man when the kick says Tory Lanez 5'4". He said he was 5'7" in one of his raps, man. But yeah. And I want to pull that up too. Like, I may pull that up on the screen. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up on the screen real quick because I just got to see Travis and I passed Tory Lanez when they got into it. Man, if you think about it, how ironically is that, like, Tory name get mentioned between this? Because, you know, he was at the party with Travis's baby mama. You know what I'm saying? And apparently he was shooting a shot with her. Not to bring Lanez into this, you know what I'm saying? I hope he's doing all right because he's definitely been quiet and the team has been quiet. J. Rod says, Travis has some decent music, but I'm not the biggest fan. Man, Dunks would probably argue you down right now, bro. But I'm with you too. Like, I personally don't see it. Like, I rock with some of Travis' music, but I don't need all of it. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to pull up the Tory Lanez. Like, I don't know if y'all remember when Tory Lanez pressed Travis Scott. So I'm gonna see if I can. And apparently this is all alleged. Don't take this anywhere with this. But I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see if I can pull up the. Actually, it's funny. I had this joint pulled up when I was like looking a little bit, researching on this joint, and then I was like, man, I don't need this. I want to just be on a different topic. But yeah, I gotta show this joint. The image wise up on here is funny because apparently they got into it. But I want to show the one where somebody got the actual image of these people. Oh, here it is right here. Man, when Tory, before he started, and this was way before the hair dye. This was back in 2018 when this was up too. Let me share my screen real quick. Boom, right here. Yeah, so this is Travis Scott and apparently Tory Lanez right here when they got into it, man. I'm gonna play, if I play the video, I'm gonna play that joint on mute. but apparently this is where they got into an argument and almost turns into a fight. Look at Tory Lanez height to Travis Scott. Like, come on, bro. Like, honestly, the minute, no offense, the minute Tory would have, but you got to be watching out for the little guys, man. But the minute he got up in his face, and then the thing is, Travis don't even look at Tory. Okay, I got a question. Why is Tory Lanez's shirt off? And why is his shirt off majority of the time? Like, as y'all can see, it's just more and more images right here. But like I said, his shirt is off, so I feel like Tory's already ready to go like he's a boxer. How did his shirt get off to begin with? And then Travis, I guess, is about to take his off. I don't know, but he's got on a do-rag. But judging off, if we're going to go off body language, and I guess given recent events with Tory Lanez, I would assume that if things would have popped off, Tory May would have gave him that work. Keep in mind, right? This is alleged too. Keep in mind that Tory also, put hands on August Alsina. Allegedly. We don't know. So you got to keep that in mind too, man. Why, man? I don't know, man. Maybe Tory that guy, man. I don't know. But I do want to get back to the rest of this joint real quick. But I had to pull that up. I think I was here. Nope. Because I got so many. This is where I was right here. I was reading this joint right here. Yeah. This is the one. So it says Travis Scott allegedly assaulted a New York nightclub and speaking out on an interview from the hospital bed. On Wednesday afternoon, March 5, News New York sat down for an interview with the man who claims Travis Scott punched him during an appearance at Nebula nightclub in Manhattan, New York, early Wednesday morning. The man, who is only being identified as Mark, yeah, that's not his real name, told the news outlet his side of the story of what happened. So yeah, he's speaking out. Like, I don't think he's pretty much settling, like he's gonna settle, but I think he wants to make sure he gets his fair bag. He says, I'm trying to tell Travis Scott to lawyer, the sound is so sounded good for the performance. Okay, to lower the sound so it can sound good for the performance. Mark told Fox, he said Fox 5, but he was stuck his middle finger in my face. Okay, so what? I mean, if you don't want to cut it down, it's his set at the end of the day, is how I look at it. So I lowered the monitor a little bit so I could talk to him. That's when he ran around the speaker and attacked me. Mark went on to give the extent of the injuries he suffered during the alleged attack. Obviously, my neck is effed up, he explained. My arm is tingling. I have pins and needles going down it. Okay, so he's claiming my neck and he's claiming his arm is hurt. So yeah, there's some, if they touched him, those hospital people definitely charge for it. So if I had to guess, he's looking at a nice hefty, going to the emergency room. Yeah, he's looking at a nice expensive little bill right there already. You know what I'm saying? News first broke Wednesday morning that Travis Scott was being looked at as a suspect in a nightclub assault investigation, with reports claiming he punched a sound engineer and causing $12,000 worth of damage to a monitor and a speaker. Video later surfaced shows the Texas rapper shoving a man before the alleged assault occurred. So he did shove him. So okay, cool. So I hate to say it, that right there, if the video shows, which I'm going to see if I can find the video, but if the video shows that he shoved this guy, that, I hate to say it, as weak as that is, and the dude needs to like brush it off, in my opinion. But if there's a shove on video, yeah, Mr. Scott, that is assault. So the guy does have a case right there. If this is true, I don't know, this is alleged, but yeah, looks like they said they got it on video that he shoved him. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. A source close to Travis Scott tells XXL the incident has been overblown and was a simple misunderstanding that was resolved in minutes. I mean, homie, and that's the thing. What I'm assuming, right, as I get through this, it seems like maybe Travis left where he thought everything was fine, but homie, somebody was like, do you know who that is? Go take this, that, and the third. We got this. Somebody got in homie head probably and convinced him like, hey, man, go to the hospital. We got an easy win lawsuit. But I mean, it may not be as easy as that person in your ear. And I don't know if this what happened, but I just feel like it's a possibility, right? Let's see. This has the earmarks of a cash grab, but will be resolved, and all those will with an agenda will be held accountable. Are Travis and our team already working with the law enforcement to resolve and get this truth. This sources say to get the truth. Double XL has also received a statement from Travis's lawyer. Says, while this is clearly a misunderstanding being blown out of proportion by clickbait. Yeah, we read that part already. So yeah, so everybody's pretty much convinced they're gonna get this done right here. I do want to see if I can play this video real quick. Let me know if the audio is coming through. If it's not, but I think this is just what the news clip is saying right here. Let me know if the audio is going to come through. I'm going to try it because sometimes, you know, it'd be like hit or miss. And it could just be my setup because I know like it don't let me necessarily do the desktop thing. But I'm going to see if this will let me hit a quick play. Let me see.
That attack happening just before 3:30 this morning at Nebula nightclub on West 41st Street. The victim now being treated at a New Jersey hospital.
Fox 5's Arthur Gian talked to him inside his hospital room. He joins us live from Jersey City. Arthur, what did he say happened?
We go over all of this, and we're going to get to him actually in a moment. It's important to note right now at this hour, the NYPD is trying to track down rapper entertainer Travis Scott for this assault that happened near a Bryant Park club, in a club by Bryant Park last night. The club is called Nebula. Witnesses tell Fox 5 that Travis Scott was not on the billing but showed up to perform with another rapper. And before the alleged assault had already shoved the DJ who was performing and was taking the phones of people who were taking pictures of him and throwing the phones across the room. Now, in an exclusive with Fox 5.
Okay, so apparently Travis Scott was DJing. Did you see that? Like, I didn't know Travis Scott was a DJ. But anyway, learned something new right there. Or had DJ skills, I should say. But apparently that's been a thing that a lot of entertainers have been doing. But I guess so. I thought that he had shoved the guy and then he threw his phone. But it looks like he shoved the guy and then I guess people who was taking pictures of him, he took their phones and threw them. Yeah, it's a little bit more of what's being reported out there where everybody's making it seem like, I mean, honestly, it seems like his attorneys, and this is their job, it makes it seem like he's just doing typical quote-unquote rock star behavior. So I feel like that may be what they're trying to make that out to be. But let me play the rest of this news clip real quick.
The sound engineer, who we know to be one of the most respected sound engineers in New York City, who will simply identify as Mark at Nebula Club, tells us that Scott was playing the volume so high that it was distorting the sound system. And when he tried to help, Scott first insulted him with the middle finger, then came around to his area, which is off stage in a cordoned off area, and punched him in the head. Now, the victim is unable to turn his head. He has been admitted to the hospital. It is.
Okay, so was he either... Okay, now they're saying he was punched in the head. I read all these other articles saying it was just a simple shove. Either way, if he touched the man aggressively, I hate to say it, that's assault no matter how you slice it and dice it in my book. I don't know. I'm no lawyer. I'm no attorney. I don't know the law for anything, and it's just my opinion, and this is all alleged. But what it sounds like to me, it sounds like it is like a simple assault, but maybe the guy woke up and said, hey, I don't really want to, I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't put your hands on people without permission. I hate to say it. And that's what that's probably going to boil down to. But let me get to the rest of this.
From, as you pointed out, his hospital bed that he speaks to us. He tells us three things. He tells us what happened, how his injuries are doing, and we asked him what he would say if he could send a personal message right now to Travis Scott.
I was trying to tell him to lower it so so it sounded good for the performance, but he just stuck his middle finger in my face, so I lowered the monitor a little.
Does it look like homie is acting right now? Because he clearly knows where the camera is at, but I guess a part of his claim, right? And I don't know, because he just staring up in the sky like he just got like he just is unconscious or something. And I don't know his body pain or anything. He could be literally hurt. I don't know. But he won't even turn his head or anything. Like he won't even look at the camera. He's just looking directly up. And it's like, apparently, if I'm not mistaken, he's 50 years old. But don't quote me on that. I'm just going off what I've been reading. This is all alleged. J-Rod says, this guy just wants a payday. It's a possibility. Do you think he'll get one, though, is the real question. Do you think he's going to get a little bread? I mean, because honestly, even if he walks away with his medical bills paid and a little, a few thousand, sometimes that's all people want, which is sad, Let me hit the rest of this.
So I could talk to him, and that's when he ran around the speaker and attacked me. Obviously, my neck is up.
Your arm? What's happening with your arm?
My arm is tingling. I have pins and needles going down it.
He forgot. If you listen to what he just said, it sounded like he forgot his arm was even in pain. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep going real quick. But it sounds like, yeah, they're like, what'd you say about your arm? He's like, oh yeah. Yeah, that mean not the best actor, my guy, in my opinion. And who's to say he is, but yeah.
Now at 6 o'clock, we're going to talk about what. Now at 6 o'clock, we're going to talk about what Mark has to say to Travis Scott directly. But it is worth pointing out that this happens just over a year after Travis Scott's Astroworld performance, where 10 people were killed and 300 were injured. Now, at this hour, the NYPD is in contact with Travis Scott's attorney, according to law enforcement sources. They're trying to work out a time when he can come back to New York and turn himself in. Meanwhile, Travis Scott is scheduled to perform in just 2 days. On Friday, he is to perform at a music festival in California. Right now, it's anybody's guess how that's going to turn out. Live in Jersey City, Arthur Chi on Fox 5 News. Steve and Tasha, back to you guys.
Okay, so there we go right there. That was the video of it. I see Kwame's in the building, says, stuck, working again, smash that like button. No, most definitely, man. Smash the like button. Really goes a long way. And then, of course, this is images of Travis Scott, whose real name is Jacquees Bermone Wester II. Kind of weird that his rap name is Travis Scott, but he goes by Jacquees. I mean, his rap name, he goes by Travis Scott, but his real name is Jacquees. I've always found that very funny because for the longest, until Dunks told me how big a fan he was, and I found that out like randomly one time, where it's like, dude, I always thought his real name was Travis Scott, but apparently it's not, To each his own, though. Not here to judge. This is I want to see the actual video. They showed a little clip, but I want to see, I think this is the video of the situation right here that happened in the DJ booth that was going down, probably from a different angle. And this is from XXL, and this is from, looks like this has been March 2nd. They got 2 updates, so there's not really much updates on this. That's how I know also this is most likely going to be settled out of court, because whenever things get a little bit quiet, that means, hey, everybody getting what they asked for. We all cooperating. Sounds like Travis is cooperating because I feel like he had to do the show Rolling Loud first. So now that he's done with that, now it's like, all right, cool. Now we got to handle business. Like I said, if he just wanted for questioning, he's going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, all he has to do is say he don't remember and call it a freaking day, or he cooperates, give him a base. I'm pretty sure his attorneys, right? If he's got attorneys already on the case, they're already coaching him. Attorneys can tell you already what questions they're most likely going to ask, and or put you in a scenario and test you like, hey, if you're asked this, this is your answer. And I'm pretty sure his attorneys are not going to let him, they're not going to let him get questioned alone, like by himself. Like, they're not going to put him in the wrong, he already has an attorney, so he's not going to be, in the investigation, he's going to have his attorney present, where whenever he feels like he's not confident enough to answer the question, or he feels like he's about to drop the ball, then he's going to simply look at his attorney, and his attorney's going to know, like, hey, let me step in because he don't want to mess it up. Allegedly, this is just my opinion. But I'm just saying that's where that all boils down to. His video shows Scott yelling and appearing to shove someone before the alleged club assault. So I wonder if this is what Guy's trying to get at. But I think this is a video showing that says, see video of Travis Scott yelling and appearing to shove someone before the alleged club assault. So this is something different other than the guy. So this is somebody else. Let me play this joint. Apparently it's 39 seconds. Let's play this real quick. See if we can. Oh man, I'm gonna mute this because they want to catch me for that copy strike. Oh no, sir. Nah, he's got an ad. So I'm gonna play it on mute because that ad right there, they trying to play with the kid, man. All right, I think I'm ready. TMZ. Let me see. I'm gonna see. Nope, I'm not playing it because it's got music on it. But yeah, so this is pretty much Travis Scott, and I guess, yeah, this is him. He ain't shoved nobody though. He just shook his head and said no. Well, he's cussing. Oh, he said back the fuck up. I could read that part. He told him to back the fuck. If that's the shove, wait, I know that's not the shove they're talking about. Let me take this back, cause he told him shut the fuck up or back the fuck up. It's one of those, right? But look at this. This is not a real shove. Look at that. It's a light. Look how light that is. Do y'all see this? Look, oh my, come on, man. This is what they want. Look at this. Homie tell him back the F up. Yeah, back the fuck up. And then he did touch him, though. He touched him, but I mean, like, come on, man. That ain't no. It ain't like, it is over exaggerated if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's where that's at. Like, it lasted like all of a few seconds. You know what I'm saying? Come on, they don't have an argument for that. You know, but it just depends on who all looks at it too. And they're probably gonna be like rude about it, like, why are you touching somebody in the first place? You know what I'm saying? This is really, yeah. This is something, yeah, that's clearly gonna be blown out of proportion. That if that's what they're talking about, that's it then. And this is the other one that says, see the alleged damage Travis Scott caused to the speaker below. So this is a damage apparently he put on the speaker. Let me put this on mute because, again, I see that they tried the music in the background. I don't want all that. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to definitely do ads. This is what this is. And then we're going to see the damages that this ends in a few seconds. But apparently this is the damages they're talking about. But I mean, he lightly shoved the guy. You know what I'm saying? So this is damage right here. They're putting light on it. This doesn't show nothing. I mean, this is the damage that they're showing. How did he get that all the way up there? And does it show? This is my thing. Also, his attorney can argue, like, do you all have proof that he did it? Oh, okay, I see the shackling on the wall. That's way up there. Now, how the hell did that happen is the question. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like I'm hating. Says, this is just something. Yeah, I don't know. This seems definitely one of those blown out of proportion situations, man. I'm no genius, but that's definitely what it sounds like to me. Men with the Kicks says, Travis Scott always breaking laptops. Men with the Kicks says, get that bag, Kwame. Most definitely, Kwame, get your bag. Dunks, get y'all bag. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, so we can get more kicks, because y'all know I'm really on the fence about those Tiffany Dunks, or Tiffany Air Force Ones, but we're going to keep it moving with this. I found another article. This was from Friday. This one could be a little late. I don't want to keep hitting the same parts. So I'm going to just kind of skim through. This one says, on Thursday, Scott representation offered a follow-up statement to CNN. Legal counsel Travis are actively working with authorities and remain confident that Travis will be. Okay, cool. So we read that part. Says Scott has made headlines over a year. Read that one. So I'm just making sure I touch on all of this real quick. And I think this is, I'm going to make sure, even if I play this one, because this is TMZ, this is the one that says, Travis Scott tosses fan's phone minutes before the alleged assault. Oh my God. I hate the word. The wording sucks for this too. Assault? This is not assault. Let me mute this, because I know TMZ I know they're joining from the play music. So this is a better angle. This is definitely a better angle, because you can see people already must have knew somewhat. It must have been something, because people already got their cameras out, but they could have just been there to see Travis Scott. But see, I guess Don Toliver is the performer and Travis Scott is doing the mixing. Salutes to Dunks from Men with the Kicks. Most definitely salute to Dunks, man. I'm going to be on this joint for about another 30 minutes. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Planning on mute on purpose, everybody, because I know how this goes. TMZ don't even like you using their stuff. So, okay, so it looks like he touched the camera. You know what I'm saying? I guess get the camera out of his face is what that is. And I guess, I like how TMZ just keep doing this joint on, like, repeat. So, that's his first mistake. This is my thing. You don't touch people. That's my thing. So this is another angle right here. This is a phone snatch. Apparently this is where he snatched somebody's phone. Okay, TMZ got better angles. I swear TMZ, I feel like they got everybody, all these media, like they got all these people at these spots. Like they just know. Or they pay a hell of a amount of money for the footage. And that could be it. Travis Scott said Travis Scott is under fire for yet another incident that unfolded just minutes before he allegedly punched a sound engineer, which we ain't seen no video of him punching nobody yet. It just looks like a shove in the face. This time, he's accused of tossing a fan's phone, and a lawsuit could be coming soon. And my thing is this, Travis, you got to know people are out to get you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to know they're out to get you. So this is pretty much him and the other person. So he's jamming out, takes a phone. Yeah, yep. I mean, that's video proof. He snatched somebody's phone. The other video we just shown right here, that was the phone he snatched, the person had in his face, and he threw it. And that's when we saw the whole thing where they repeated that. So yeah, this is the other angle from somebody else's phone where he had did it. So pretty much the phone isn't damaged because clearly they got the footage off of it. Because yeah, grab the phone, snatch it, get it up out of there. Get that joint up out of there. And he shakes his finger and says, no, no, no. As in, I guess he doesn't want to be filmed. But see, you got to make that plain and clear like these. I'll give you this, right? Because that's the angle that the other person's phone. So apparently this person's phone that got thrown, this is what TMZ pretty much grabbed. But this is my thing. And who's to say this hasn't been a thing and this wasn't put out there. But I'm saying like situations like this, you got to make it plain and clear like, hey, no phones, no cameras. Or if you got a phone, please do not record the artist XYZ. If you get it, your phone will be taken. You will have to leave and be escorted, blah, blah. I've been in venues like that where usually the only ones I've seen like that is where if you go to a comedy show, they ask you to not to film because they're already filming there. You could be a part of their special, but as they go on tour, that's how they get double whammy. You know what I'm saying? They get their stuff recorded, and then when they get off tour, they get basically all of it pretty much edited, put together of their best jokes and best nightclub situations, and make it one big comedy special to get, an extra bag. So they go on tour, get that bag, and then get an extra special. But does this apply to Travis Scott them? I can't say this apply to them because it's like, I mean, we've heard your songs and everything already. This isn't like no new material we're getting ready to hear. So that's my thing is why he doesn't. And even if it is, who's to say there's anything to say that person can or can't record in there? Because people record their experiences in a club all the time. Just going to throw that out there. In the video obtained by TMZ, you can see Travis behind the DJ booth at Nebula in NYC as he performed a surprise DJ set. Already advocated, it appears Travis Scott doesn't appreciate a man with a cell phone filming while he spins. So yeah, he didn't want a man filming. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Definitely Kanye vibes, straight bullet for Kanye. But it says, that's when Travis snatched the phone. The video is murky at this point, but the phone owner tells us Travis tossed it, striking him in the head and cracking the screen. So you mean Travis took the phone and hit the guy in the head with it? Okay, it doesn't look like it hit anybody when he threw it, but I don't know. But it doesn't look like it hit anybody. I'm going to keep it moving. The man tells us reps for Nebula offered his table a free bottle of booze for his troubles, but he turned it down. However, he tells us he's lawyered up with plans to file both a police report and a civil lawsuit. Okay, so he's got two lawsuits. So he's got the one for the phone, because I guess they're going to use assault against, allegedly, right? So the phone apparently screen is cracked, and it cracked across his skull, apparently. You know what I'm saying? He tossed to strike him in the head. So the phone apparently cracked him and, cracked across his head. So he's want damages for that. Again, we can show where it's throwing him, but we can't see where it actually hit him. But I feel like, yeah, Travis going to have to spend some bread, bro. It's not sounding good. If any of this stuff is kind of like remotely true, then Travis going to spend some bread. Let me play this part real quick because I guess it's an actual video. So people are actually recording this, man. I mean, he got to keep in mind who he is with this, though. Let me mute this, and then we're going to play this joint. Yeah. So he tell him no, back the fuck up, pushes him, and then homie jams out. Yeah. So apparently Travis is up in somebody's face right here. But he looks annoyed, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's a sound engineer right there. You know, but the guy we saw was bald headed. This is a different guy. This guy has hair on his head. You know what I'm saying? So who is who? How does this guy goes from, if that's the same guy? I don't think that's the same guy. But he did flex up on somebody. But I mean, no offense, like can you really take a threat from Travis Scott seriously? That's all I'm saying. As reported, it was around 3 a.m. Wednesday when the cops were called to Nebula after the rapper allegedly punched a sound engineer. But there's no video of him punching nobody, but that's the thing that's going around. At Nebula in the face before he allegedly destroyed 12,000 K in video and speaker equipment. The sound engineer spoke with Fox 5 News Friday from the hospital, claiming he had suffered neck injuries. Yeah, so this is the video of the damage. Remember, we saw images, but I guess video sometimes tells a different story. I'm going to see if I can catch this on mute real quick. I'm pretty sure they're going to get me for this because that's probably their sound noise, but it is what it is. So this is going to be showing damages of the actual club. So all they're doing is showing light on this. But I mean, is there any video of Travis actually doing this himself? They're just saying, it's just like somebody could be like, hey, yeah, we saw the kid with the tattoos on his face do X, Y, Z. Do you got video? Do you got footage? Do you have proof? What's your proof? Do they have proof that he did it? Because you can't just, I hate to say it, you can't always go off of what he say, she say. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they all could apparently be all up in it. But if there's no video, then I think, you know, with some money, of course, money always makes everything a little bit better. Then yeah, Travis has been named a suspect by the NYPD in the assault and criminal mischief investigation. His attorney tells us the allegations are second of the sound engineer, while it's clearly a misunderstanding. Okay, cool. So honestly, this is just a general statement. Obviously, they're going to have to dissect this a little bit, but Travis obviously went on to do Rolling Loud. He ain't really tripping. So Travis got to turn himself in. I think this is the one on March 3rd. I guess he's got to turn himself in. But this is kind of like crazy. Like, I can't believe you know what I'm saying? I mean, he has no choice but to turn himself in because he really has no choice. I'm going to close all this out right here. He arranged to, Travis Scott reps have reportedly arranged for his return to NYC to speak to the detectives after a sound engineer accuser. So Travis Scott to turn himself. And this is the thing, this is the wrong wording. He's going in, he's showing up just to complete the investigation. He hasn't turned himself in and is going to be released out on bail. You know what I'm saying? So this is my thing. I don't think there's going to be a thing. What is this video right here? Got the mute on it already for me. Thank you guys. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything further into this, but I'm very curious, what kind of questions they are going to ask him. But we're going to see what this video is real quick. So I don't think it's playing any music. So yeah, they just returned. I'm not going to play that whole joint. But yeah, I'm going to read through this real quick just to see if there's anything else. Because this is the part where he actually turned himself in. So I'm assuming because the Rolling Loud was just over the weekend from what it sounds like. And we're on Monday now. So pretty much he's probably going to turn himself in on Tuesday again or Wednesday. And then, you know, he's going to go up there, answer some questions with his attorney, and he's going to be good. You know, I don't see this going any further, man. But for Travis' sakes, man, and I know he's been doing his best to try to stay under the radar, but let's try to stay there. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep in mind who you is. And something tells me he wasn't even scheduled to be on the event to begin with. I think Travis is probably looking at man, I came, you know, to help a friend out or a label mate, and now it's biting me in the you know what. You know what I'm saying? So that could easily be that. But let me hit this article with it. Travis Scott says found himself in hot water this week. The Astroworld creator landed in New York City this week to celebrate the release of Don Toliver's Love Sick Deluxe. The rapper held down a DJ set at Nebula nightclub when he got into it with a sound engineer. The individual claimed Scott struck him in the face before destroying $12,000 worth of equipment in the venue. However, NYPD, which I believe that stands for New York Police Department, but don't quote me, is searching for the sicko mode rapper to get down to the bottom of the situation. So, again, their videos don't really show nothing, so they gotta have the investigation. So they're not making any. This is all like allegations. None of this has been like, this is why he's alleged, because the videos that we seen that's floating around, it doesn't show like he's done anything, crime worthy. But I don't know, and I wasn't there. But I'm saying if we're gonna go off that, it doesn't show like it's showing like he's done anything crime worthy. It says, however, the NYPD is searching for the sicko mode rapper to get down to bottom of the situation. Following the incident, he allegedly left on a private jet to California. Okay, Travis flying private on them boys, man. But are you surprised? I'm not personally. Let's see. New York Post reports Travis plans to turn himself in to authorities next week following his Rolling Loud California set. So, pretty much his attorney are, hey, man, he got work to do. He'll turn, he can pick and choose the day. You know what I'm saying? Sources close to the rapper stated that his reps arranged his return to NYC where he'll speak with detectives. At this point, charges aren't certain. However, the sources believe the police will file an assault charge against the rapper. I mean, if they're going to go off that one video where he did touch somebody, I mean, that's what it's going to be. But it's not going to go. I mean, can we really say we're going to see this going any further? You know what I'm saying? Houston, Texas, November 5th, Travis Scott performs. That's the Astroworld. They won't let him get over the Astroworld thing. But, I mean, it was back in 2021, man. And I mean, homie's doing the best he can do. But, I mean, the whole Astroworld, there were lives lost. That's where that really is probably kicking in on him. Let's see. The alleged victim, Mark, was confirmed if he attended to press charges or file a lawsuit against Travis. Mark revealed that he was hospitalized after the alleged assault and couldn't move his neck. He added that he felt tingles in his arm during an interview with Fox 5 News. Obviously, his neck is effed up, he said. My arm is tingling. I have pins and needles going down it. Yeah, we heard and read all that. However, he confirmed his discharge from the hospital and his clearance to return to work. Still, he said that he can't lift anything over 5 pounds. So he didn't even stay in the hospital long. So, and not saying that it's not severe, but I'm be honest, man. Let's just keep it 100. Let's just ask the question. Do you all believe Travis Scott beat the hell out of this guy on that level? Because what it sounds like is Travis Scott just gave him a good ass whooping. Pause. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Mark, and I don't know, this is all alleged in my opinion. Let's see. Mark explained that the incident began during Tolliver's set at the Manhattan nightclub. Travis allegedly climbed into the DJ booth, which my thing is this. He climbed in there, so clearly he wanted to I mean, that's not what he was scheduled to do. I mean, obviously, I highly doubt if somebody as big as Travis Scott's name is, even if he is a surprise guest, somebody had to know, of importance of running the club. If it's not just Don Toliver, but somebody had to know that, hey, he is surprise guest and he's expected to be here. So that's what I'm going to get at that. So, I mean, I highly doubt Travis just, hey, my boy, my label mate's here. I'm just going to pull up. Can that happen? Yes. Is that realistically happen sometimes? Sure. But I highly doubt that was this case. Because my thing is this, no disrespect. Travis Scott's you know what I'm saying? He's one of those celebrities that he can't just walk around, without some form of security. That's just my thing. Let's see. He says, Travis Scott allegedly climbed into the DJ booth. Mark noticed the distorted sound. I mean, my thing is, if it was distorted, just fix it and don't say nothing to him. He won't know. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would thought, especially if that's what your job to do is make sure the music comes out clear. Then do that. Mark explained that he tried to tell the rapper to turn down the volume. Oh, so the rapper is the one who cut up. So Travis is apparently the one who cut up the music. you know. And I guess the sound engineer, if you're the sound engineer, you don't have nothing where you control it from a distance where it's like, okay, cool, you can turn it down, but I control the overall club. I mean, but I don't know, and I don't know how old the equipment is or the club is or any of that. But I'm just saying, it seems like you should have something to be able to control something from a distance if you ask the kid. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Mark explained that he tried to tell him that. Mark explained that he tried to tell the rapper to turn down the volume, which then he flipped him off. So I lowered the monitor a little bit. Okay, cool. So he's sticking to this story pretty much across the board. He also claimed Scott's security threatened his life. Okay, this is a new part. All right. See, there's more and more across the board to the story. He says, he says, when I ran around the speaker, he attacked me. He alleged. He also claimed Scott's security threatened his life. We'll keep you posted on any more updates around this. So apparently Scott's security threatened the dude's life. I'm guessing he told, I'm not going to say he did or did not threaten him, right? But safe to say, I'm pretty sure Travis Scott's job is to take care of him. So, yeah, I would assume if you put your hands on Travis Scott and his security is anywhere in arm's reach, you're gonna feel it. And if you're Travis Scott, then he should be. So he's supposed to meet. This is off CNN. They're supposed to meet with these guys next week. So pretty much, we don't have too much left after this. So pretty much been on the joint for an hour, 15 minutes. We're going to close out in another 15 minutes, man. I want to get everybody's thoughts on this. Honestly, I don't think this will go anywhere, but it's definitely going to sound like it's going to be one of those pain in the ass situations. I mean, maybe not so for Travis, because I will say this, for the person that handled like our situation when we was in something similar of this nature, their attorneys came, they were pretty cool and they kind of handled business. There was no real like major like issues where everybody just, I mean, it just really flowed. So I feel like this, I'm going to say the same thing I said at the beginning of the live. And Manny, you probably can agree with this as well. Everybody got a number. Everybody got a number. And when I say a number, I mean moolah. You know what I'm saying? And Travis got it. If Travis don't got it, right? If it's one of those like Travis is in a situation where like, you know, he don't got it like we think he got it, which I'm pretty sure he got it because he's a top level. Like for him to not even think about it. Travis he's not one of those artists that drops music like every 6 months, every few months. When he drops, it's like he does it the old school way. And let me clarify the old school. New sound, but he does like, you know, you're going to get, you know, how many albums has Travis done? Like, you know, major albums at that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying they're trash, they're definitely freaking awesome. But Travis is one of those, he drops a project and he's pretty much finna live off of it for the next couple years. You know what I'm saying? Man with the Kick says, big facts, J Polo. Everybody got a number. Heck yeah, they do. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you go through, with the exception of every rule. There's an exception to every rule. I don't care what you go through, especially, and we're just going to keep it with this situation, a small situation like this. Like I said, pretty sure his attorneys pulled up and his attorneys talked to the nightclub owners. They've already reached a settlement to fix the damages, right? And then, so this is all alleged in my opinion. I'm pretty sure they got a number to fix the damages that Travis is willing to pay. And then, okay, cool. The guy at the hospital bed, they didn't reach him in time because he went right after, you know, if it happened at 3-something in the morning, he went straight to the hospital or whatever early morning. So they didn't get a chance to get to him first. But he could, and who's to say, this is just my opinion, he could just be using that to make sure he seals a deal on his pretty much number that he wants to settle out of. So, again, he's already racking up attorney fees. I mean, not attorney fees, which if he does get an attorney, it's not going to be free. But I'm saying he's racking up hospital fees already. So, homie already got a plan of how he wants to move. And, you know, I don't think the nightclub could actually technically fire him over this. He's the quote-unquote victim in this situation, right? At least that's what he's claiming to be. So that's where that could easily be. So, like I said, if I had to guess, homie's got a number, and I believe like his number is gonna be up there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't judging. I don't know none of what's going on, but I'm assuming homie's got, you know, like I said, I would assume, like Manny, you said it best, 50K. Strong possibility is gonna be 50K. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised he's not gonna take any. And you're in NY, cost of living, so hospital bills, pretty much those. I'll put it this way: those hospital bills are gonna be paid. If homie settles, those hospital bills are gonna be paid. And to keep it 100, not a lot of people ever want to go to court as much as they talk about going to court. I don't know nobody who enjoys going to court, including attorneys. I've had attorneys tell me, like, if I can, I'm gonna do my very best to keep you out of it, because they let you. Some of them keep it real with you, some of them don't. Some of them, and it's funny. Me and my barber was just having a conversation about this, like, last time I was in his chair, getting that shape up, you know, and the other guy that worked there as well. We said this, like, about attorneys, because obviously we all don't have to have one and or use one. One of the things there's the most annoying thing they tell us is, like, especially if you have to go get a second attorney and you have to let the first one go, and the second one's always gonna use this line to you, like, man, I wish you would have came to me in the first place. Like, they was really gonna do that much. They were gonna do the same thing as the previous person. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, I feel like this. No disrespect to the attorneys out there. I feel like they all got the generic answer to get a client. If you know that they have potential, that they want you to hire them, they're going to use, it's like certain things they practice while going to law school. You know what I'm saying? And not all of them knows the law. Some of them actually have to go back and reference their law books, their state law books of what it is. I've literally been in that situation too, where, you know, I'm meeting with an attorney. What is it called? We had I can't even think what the actual meeting is, but pretty much some attorneys charge just to have a conversation with them. Like, it's kind of like looking at like a consultant fee. I believe that's what it is, or something like that. So that's just like, they're going to see if they can, quote unquote, help you. Pretty much that's usually not free. That's usually, you know, X amount of dollars. And then once they say, like, oh yeah, man, just fill this retainer up with this. That's what they pay on as a retainer. And we'll get things right, and I'll take care of everything. You won't even be stressed out. When in actuality, sometimes they don't start working your case until the day before or the week before. You know, because you're not their only client. And I'm assuming Travis Scott attorney is not his only client. You know, if you got some people that stay in trouble, like, think about this. If you got the same attorney as if you got the same attorney as Kodak, your attorney busy. I'm going to just leave it at that. Big Money Sonny in the building says, where's Dunks? Dunks had to work overtime, so Dunks is getting that bread. So salute to Dunks. And I'm only going to be on this joint for another few minutes anyway. I'm going to close it out right at the 30-minute mark. Big Money Sonny. But yeah, Dunks is getting that money along with Kwame. They're working. So, you know, it's Monday. Definitely work week. So that's where they at, getting that money. Or shmoney. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. With that being said, so like I was saying, Big Money, Manny with the Kick says salutes to Sonny. But yeah, like I was just saying, attorneys, they don't, yeah. If you got a busy attorney, sometimes they don't work your stuff until the day of. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I know. And I'm not trying to bash attorneys, because, I mean, unfortunately, sometimes you just rather go in there with one without one, because, to be honest, the less you say, I'm going to say this, that's how you know you got a good attorney as well. If you want an attorney to do, if you hire the attorney, you want them to do all the talking. And that's why probably, if we're going to take a shot at Tory Lanez, that's probably why he didn't say nothing, because his attorney, like, don't even say ish. Mike Pang on the building says, yo, I just got here and this is off topic, but them threes about to be a major L. Sign up for raffles and sites are already effing up. Damn. Give it a little we got plenty of time, though, on those threes real quick. I'm going to just touch on that last 5 minutes of the live. Give it a little time. Be a little patient, because think about it. We got the Flex app. It's open. I know Dick's Sporting Goods, from what it sounds like, it was just like a shit show. You know, if we're going to keep it 100, it's like a shit show. From what I'm seeing, there's different miscommunications and different stores are doing different things. That's why I've been trying, little information I've been trying to find out, I've been trying to put it in the sold out Discord. So yeah, Now rumor has it, right? The magic number about those threes. I know this is a little off topic, but we was closing things out on the Music Monday anyway. But rumor has it is there's 500,000 pairs of white cement reimagined out there. There's 500,000. That's the magic number. I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger, and it's an alleged. Now apparently 100,000 have already been out, and let me clarify that. Apparently that first like shock drop we got was 50,000 pairs. And the second drop where it was that exclusive access, apparently that was 50,000 pairs. So apparently there's already 100,000 pairs out. That's why the numbers are so low on the resale market. They're not that limited. So I feel like there's a lot of pairs out there, and a lot of stores were getting them. Now, what I did also find out about is Dick's Sporting Goods. While they're getting them, each store is not getting a crazy amount of pairs either. So I feel like a lot of it's still going to be on the sneakers app, but you also don't forget about the Flex app. Then you got to think Finish Line and JD, which they're partnered, but they're definitely separate stores, but they work together because they're merged. Mike Pengo says, damn, sorry for getting here late. Just got off work. So no problem, homie. Everybody at work. Dunks at work. Kwame at work. You know what I'm saying? So it pretty much is. That's how I be on a Monday, but I know we'll be back at it at Wednesday with another topic for sure. But yeah, Big Money Sonny says, what about the 200K pair that came out before the shock drop and EA? Come on, you talking about the backdooring? Now that I don't know. I don't know where they're backdoored from. Allegedly, I don't know. But yeah, I don't want to say, but I know there's 100K. I know there's definitely probably more than 100K floating around if that's what you're trying to get at, Big Money. But I will say this, like I know for a fact 100, Nike's done 100 on their own, allegedly. So I think this, man, just be patient. It's Monday / going into Tuesday. It's still early. The shoes aren't dropping until Saturday. I know most likely Flex app's not going to close the doors until like Friday afternoon. So as the app is being glitchy, is because everybody's kind of just, everybody's excited. Everybody's rushing because they want their name in the pot. Just be patient and stay on top of it and keep your eye on it, Mike Pengo. And trust and believe in the process and be patient, man. And keep in mind, resale right now, Dunks has kind of pointed it out to me. Right, without the shoe official release, without even the official release, the resale prices on it has dropped to $275. So they're going under $300 in certain sizes. So I will say that the shoe is $210. I know personally. But the shoe is $210. So I mean, honestly, if it stays at that $300, anywhere from $270 to $300 resale price, that's not bad. Because to be honest, the resale market, they're hurting right now. I know for a fact and I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm going to go and say there's several shoes that I'm looking at of. These sellers, they don't want to budge, but I feel like one's finna push or shove. It's either they're waiting on us to get our taxes, which people have already started getting their stuff back, which not all of us get taxes back. Some of us have to pay back. But yeah, sellers is trying to hold out to that. But I'm saying this, because it's March. If I still see these shoes in May, either the seller really just being greedy, but honestly, I don't think no shoe is going to be crazy resale right now. And then keep in mind, too, at the end of the month, those Travis Olive joints are, if I'm not mistaken, the Olive ones, those Jordan 1 Olives. If I'm not mistaken, that's what they are, I believe. If I'm saying the name wrong, feel free to correct me. Those are anticipated to drop at the end of the month on the Travis website. So, I mean, not too much heat, but and then keep in mind, too, this is just not a good week for resale, in my opinion, because we still got those Tiffany, Air Force Ones that are dropping tomorrow, which, honestly, I'm going to wake up and see how I feel in the morning, man. Really, what I want to wake up and see what the accessory prices is for that. I hate to say it, this was going to make my decision on those Tiffany's. Is that Dubray lace loop. That's what's going to make my decision on those. I want to know what the price is for that. And if I can score that, then I want the Tiffany's. I don't want the Tiffany's how they are. I want that Dubray silver lace loop. And I know I'm being picky, but y'all know I get picky sometimes. Big Money says, nope, you said it right. I mean, yeah. I mean, we know how to. You've been in the game just as long as I've been in the game, Big Money. You definitely been there longer than me, but you seen all the different ways just as like I seen it. You know what I'm saying? Just be patient with this joint. But I think honestly, the shoe's gonna sit right at $270 to about $300 on the resale market. Not bad considering it's a $210 shoe. But I think, and we be patient, everybody should, majority of us should be able to get it for retail. And then my thing is this, I don't see the point of flipping a shoe for just like 10 or 20 or $40 anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's the back in the day prices, which I feel like that's where we want to be. But I think, and put it like this, it's also that reimagined theme like the Jordan 1s. And I was telling Dunks, me and Dunks literally just had this conversation this morning. I was telling him it's going to sit how those reimagined ones sit price-wise. Just food for thought. It's a little bit of patience. That's all that is. A little bit of patience, but keep your eyes on it. Any little information that I can find out about where they're dropping at or where you need to sign up for, I think I'm just going to try to put it in the Discord. We're going to work together and everybody hopefully secure their pair. And, we'll be good with that one. But been on this joint for an hour and 30 minutes, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love. Look like Dunks ain't going to be able to make this. I've been checking my phone back and forth, but I think Dunks is just still working late. But Dunks is getting that bread, so salute to Dunks. But other than that, I'm going to close things out for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Smash the like button. Sub up to the channel. Of course, if you like sneaker content, you are in the right place. Occasional try-on hauls. And, of course, this is Music Monday with your boy Jeremy Jones, man. Appreciate for everybody for coming through, showing love. And I will be back, hopefully, with Dunks. Dunks should be back on Wednesday with a regular sold-out scheduled program with another major topic, man. Salutes. Hit that button. Sub up to the channel. And I am officially out this thing, man. Peace.
Lately they've been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they know me, they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got 'em like, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got 'em right. Shit, I've been trying to make these hits. I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit. Now I got 'em on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the 3. I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, I just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they've been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they know me, they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got 'em like, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got 'em like, lately they've been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they know me, they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got 'em like, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got 'em right. Shit, I've been trying to make these hits. I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit. Now I got 'em on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the 3. I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, I just keep it on the low. I've been gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got them like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got them like, lately they been calling, I don't know you shit. Saying that they ain't know me back then. Tryna get by, did this all myself. Now they all hit me up, I don't need your help. Like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. So I got them like, whoa, whoa, I can never let it go. Now I got them right. Shit, I've been tryna make these hits, I don't think that I can miss. I'm not playing with this shit, now I got them on the wrist. Feel like Curry from the three, I ball like I'm in the league. I told Shawty take a pic, cause it's either him or me. Oh yeah, that's the way it goes. I just got a DM, told her see you at the show. Spend a couple racks and I go and get some more. Told me I should slow down, but I told him what for. Hey, told him what for. I don't need opinions, dog, just keep it on the low. I've been in the gym, dog, I'm shooting like a pro. I can't trust nobody, cause you really never know. Lately they been calling, I don't know you